Let's talk about something else now, which usually happens around about this time. Matric learners across the country, wrapping up their final exams this week. And while many are gearing up for the annual Pens Down celebrations, there are also concerns that remain about the safety risks that often come with these gatherings. At the same time, education experts are highlighting the need for stronger, psychosocial support as learners enter the anxious period of waiting for their results. There's also a growing push behind, donation drives, for example, where outgoing matric pupils hand over their uniforms to assist underprivileged learners preparing for the next academic year. Let's chat a bit about this now as we speak to career coach and lecturer at the University of Johannesburg, Dr. Sanele Gamede. Doc, thank you so much for joining us this morning. And I can tell you, when I put my pen down, I'm thinking about the anxiety that I have waiting for my results. I'm not a matric learner, but I keep on thinking, when are the results coming? When are the results coming? So I know exactly what these matriculants are going through, because it kind of tells you whether you are going to the next phase, what is it next for your future. But there's also this craze that comes with the pens down. Yeah. I understand the anxiety, I get it. I understand it will really drive you nuts. But you need to be very careful when it comes to pens down. We've seen some incidents in the past that were not really good. I can understand the excitement, but everything needs to be done within measure, I guess.
Thank you so much, my sister, for having me. And it's a great day. We are praying. I guess we should include the issue of pens downs in the prayer items, because it is an issue where we get to the results release the following year and only to find that someone lost their life, and the results come out and the family is now reminded that they lost their loved one. So we are, as the Matric Ngazibulali campaign, we are gearing up and supporting government, the basic education, in this message to say, please make sure that the anxiety of waiting for matric, you are not trying to go and have fun so much in order for you to forget. And I understand it's a matter of just celebrating. It has been a couple of years. I will remember very well, because I did my first matric and I went back to grade 10, did it twice, grade 11, did it twice, and grade 12. So I had 2 pens down. Unfortunately, growing up in rural areas, we didn't have this. It was different then. Have this pens down thing. So it is a very exciting time for a young person, but it is also important that you are making sure that you are safe.
Talk to me a bit about this hashtag Matric Ungazibulali, because, if we speak to organizations like the South African Depression and Anxiety Group, we speak to them often about how daunting it is. This is such a pivotal time in a young one's life, because you are literally moving. It decides whether you're moving to the next stage or not. So you can only imagine the anxiety, not just from them, also from the parents. I mean, the parents who've had to pay the way, some under very difficult circumstances. I wonder, umntanami is going to make it. So it's just stress all around. How do we cope? What programs are you putting out there, even posts? Most of them
Yes. So as the hashtag Matric Ngazibulali campaign for over the past 6 years, we have encouraged young people. Of course, we started encouraging young people not to think it's over just because they didn't pass their matric. But we realized that there's a need for rolling out programs. There's a need for supporting parents or talking to parents. So that's what we definitely did throughout the year. We have programs. We went as far as recruiting ambassadors across the country. People who are going to mentor these young people, people who are going to talk to these young people, and especially those that we have encouraged to go back to school. Remember, there are those that are doing matric, and there are those that we said they should go back. So they need that kind of support. And of course, the big chunk of support is for the parents who also complained to say, Sanele, as the hashtag Matric Must Blood campaign, we have left
Don't
us.
forget the
Don't
parents.
forget us,
Yes.
because we don't know how to deal with this, and we have always invited them when we partner with these upgrading schools where young people can go and upgrade. We've always spoken to parents. We've always invited parents to be involved and know what is it to upgrade, what does it take, and all of that. And we are saying to parents, please make sure that you know where your child is at this time. Make sure that when they go to celebrate, when they go to do these pens down with their, which we don't encourage anyway, but those small parties with friends, know where they are, be able to track where they are, and be able to regulate when they should come back, because we don't want you feeling bad that only if you took measures, your child probably could be alive.
But parents have got to parent. Yes, you've got, and it's very difficult in this day and age. You know, because young people have evolved so much. Young people are very cognizant of their rights. And sometimes those rights tend to overstretch. It is not like when you and I were growing up, right? There's certain things that used to happen then. If you didn't listen, today, that is never going to happen, okay? So, I mean, you know, what more can we say about supporting these young people? And especially because most of them, in fact, driving to work today, I noticed that the universities were surrounded by universities, that the universities were empty. They now get to go back home. So there's even that fear that when I get my results, if they're positive, that's fantastic. My parents are right there. My family's right there. But if I don't make it, I would have to stay my parents with that kind of shame, you know, in my eyes. They tend to think that it's the end of the world. Yet, you know, you can't win all.
And we are saying that, and I'm personally using my own journey of finishing my first matric and going back to say it's not yet over, and don't think of probably...
You can go back to beef up your marks.
And fix them. And it's not a shame to fail. I mean, we have failed. We continue to fail. It's just that what is painful about this failure is that everyone is looking at you. When I say
everyone.
At
the age of social media, let me quickly go there, Doctor. You know, again, it was very different then. Your name would appear in the paper.
In the newspaper,
right?
Does
it still appear in the paper now?
I mean, now it's only the student number or something like that.
Thanks for the reminder. Our names used to appear in the paper, right? So at least now when you have just the student number, you know? Because it's a very, very scary period when you have to go and have a look at your name and stuff. At the age of social media, how difficult has it made that? Because there is so much bullying.
That is happening.
There is so much bullying. I'm not a fan of social media. You know, I post every now and again. I'm often criticized for not having much of a presence, you know, and I'm like...
I've noticed.
No, on X, I work on X. But then I was told, okay, try a TikTok. People need to get to know you outside of the... I forget about it all the time because I just think there are just way too many bullies.
It's a scary period now that we have all these social media platforms who put so much pressure because everyone knows that you are in matric because you are posting.
You've posted.
You have posted with your friends, going for trips.
Your matric blazer.
Yes, a matric blazer and your achievements throughout the year. So people already know that you are in matric. Therefore, people are expecting. And the painful part is that people will inbox you before your parents ask you whether you have made it or not. I remember when my brother came back with the newspaper, I could see in his face that I wasn't there. So you can imagine, it's better now, it's just my brother. You can imagine inboxes people asking you, hey, and friends.
I've made it. Did you make it?
What do you think? Hey, I got...
So I'm going to
this distinction.
University.
Yes, you remember when you said we are going to UJ? I've actually got a letter or a message that I've been accepted. So there is so much pressure on social media that I feel as young people, we just need at that time, just distance a little bit from social media, even though you have made it, because it can be overwhelming even if you have made it.
True.
Because there are children who have not been accepted where, or who will not be accepted where they wanted to go. So that on its own.
And it's normal sometimes they would feel a sense of uselessness, like they did not do enough. And yet, you know, you did. But perhaps, you know, let's talk about conducive environments, you know, to allow for children to, you know, to accept. Not every household is the same. Not every household gives that support.
Yes,
Parents are also beset by their own stresses. I think they're worrying about Christmas at the moment and what's going to be on the table. So homes are different.
I'm reminded of mine. I'm reminded of mine and my dad. Ukuthi mangaphasa uyabheja waya kwi-open day at school wathi ngabheja lona ngeke aphase.
How?
You can imagine. I mean, I had my own mistakes. He could see that I wasn't paying attention and I was with friends and all of that. So I was young, energetic and all of that. So yena wayengaboni that this messed up so much that I thought, going to the exam, if my dad has said, it means there is no need for trying.
So we must be careful also of what we say with our mouths.
Yes. So I
Children
really,
will believe
really
that.
wish as parents we can make sure that we rather shut up instead of...
I say if you have nothing to say, just be quiet.
Just keep it, you know, because the words stick for years. So I want us to create a conducive environment, an environment that will be welcoming of any results that will come. My sister, remember, Pella, ama results aphuma abe different. Others, they don't make it. Others, they make it with OH. Others, they make it with bachelor pass that takes them nowhere. So the disappointment is everywhere. So I want them to create that conducive environment. And we are there as the #MatriCungaziBulali campaign. We will be working with them, with the Dr. Rakudu Foundation that we have partnered with. So we are there and we want to support them.
Doc, look at you now. After all of that, look at you now. Thank you so much.
I'm also blessed, and thank you so much for having me.
It's an absolute pleasure. Thank you very much indeed. That was a career coach and lecturer at the University of Johannesburg, Dr. Sanele Gamede, speaking to us about the pens down safety during this time. Young people celebrating, going out, having a lot of fun can become a bit dangerous. You know, the importance of psychosocial support also that needs to be given to these matric learners. And, you know, there's a growing campaign also to donate those school uniforms to those in need. If you can, that will be a very, very great gesture. Thank you very much indeed. We do appreciate your time, Doctor.